Hello, everybody, and welcome to SurvivorCircle for Tuesday, April 24th, 2024. And we're just going to dive in today. Someone brought to my attention to a Joe Rogan podcast.
And trust me, I will never do it again.
Well, I already had a Joe Rogan on my watch later list, but the one I had was the one that had Graham Hancock on it.
Okay.
Graham Hancock debated some silly archaeologist.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm still looking forward to watching that one. Maybe I'll make it through that one. This one was Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, and the only part of that interview that I was even interested in was what they very first talked about.
Yep.
And that's why I called you, and I wanted to talk about that, but you took it a whole different area.
Well, what about the dead people? Or the
no
dead bodies? No, no, wasn't that okay?
I kind of shut down during our conversation because the name Tucker Carlson triggered you into a rant. I shut down.
I think he's a great comedian.
I shut down because I haven't. It's like coming home to your parents and telling them you got a D and they all lose their fucking shit on you. But as you're trying to explain what happened.
Yeah.
And they don't listen to anything you say. And you have to repeat yourself because they have lost their fucking mind and they're not listening to anything you say. So that was our conversation yesterday.
Okay. Do that part. I'll try to calm down. But this is something. There was something that was released. I found it. It is a PDF copy of the original bid for a program called Kona Blue.
Project Aqua also.
Yeah.
Project Agua.
Or Project Aqua.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Whatever makes you sound important.
Well, I'll use the DOD's name that they used on the documents to be released. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So that was code name, one of the code names for the project.
Right.
And it was ATIP, the first ATIP program for the identification and analysis of unknown flying objects. Okay. Which the more I watched it, I said, this seems familiar. This seems really familiar. And I finally, the document that I found, and I'm going to share just a quick look at that. Boy, that's good. That should be good. This should be quick. There it is. This is and I'm going to have to go back to the beginning.
And there's 56 pages of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And I started looking. They did show on Joe Rogan this release, the first part of the release letter.
Yes.
It is, and it's declassified, and it's really nice. Nice pictures,
Mhm.
And
They did well with that.
yes, they know how to do point
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. Yes, they
Mhm.
do. They are very good at their PowerPoints. And as I went through this line by line, trying to figure out what is this and what the hell are they talking about,
Mhm.
okay, I finally said, "This looks terribly familiar. There's something about the way that they're talking about this program that I didn't." I said, "No, let's make this. This seems terribly familiar." And then I said, "Well, wait a minute. When did this start?" Okay, and this was the final product in 2012, I believe. Okay, I said 2012. What the hell was going on then? And then I realized that it was. See, that didn't shift. Okay, stop screen. That I had seen this before. And it had to do with this. Bob Bigelow. Bob Bigelow and Senator, what was his name? Anyway, the one retired in 2000, in the early 2010s area. Bigelow had the contract, the original ATIP contract that was totally unknown until the whistle got blown. He is the people that the people that worked for him were the people before Lou Elizondo and the 2016 disclosure panel hit the fire. So it was so funny that this is now being presented as something new and unknown when it's something that we knew about at least 10 years ago. It was public knowledge. But this particular the paperwork, this particular group of paperwork about the finalization of the program. This is a recent declassification of that. Okay, and I said, oh, okay, so there, it's just one more case of wash, rinse, and repeat. You know, um, and to give you an idea of what some of the other things that Bigelow was working on.
You know, you don't hear his name in the news as much as you used to.
Well, he didn't get his. He didn't get his. No. Stop screen. Let me in. Share screen. And share. There we go. His big deal was he was going to do inflatable space habitats. He didn't get the bid. He had originally put in a bid for the lunar orbiting habitat that would be like a way station to the moon. Okay, a refueling stop and whatever would be a series of these inflatable habitats that could be launched and flown there in one rocket. So Okay. So that was what it was. But you haven't heard anything from him lately because he lost his. He didn't get the contract. Elon Musk got the contract for that station.
I bet that pissed him off.
Probably. And Senator Reid, was it Senator Reid?
Yeah, Senator Reid, which was a joke, but anyway.
And he's the one that kind of helped along the $22 million or something that funded Kona Blue.
Right.
So I will go over that document in detail. There's nothing new there.
No, and when the words ATIP come out of their mouth,
yes,
I was like, is that still a thing?
Yes. Well,
So
I don't know. Is it still a thing?
No, I don't think so. I think it's gone.
It's like Blue Book, you know?
You
know?
They just renamed it something else.
Yes. Oh God. That's smart.
Tip. Just the tip. Just the tip.
So, Ufi, I have no idea what you might have. Okay, didn't do nice transitions. Didn't.
Apparently, the first comment that she made didn't post. She thought we banned. Somebody banned it. There's no mods here.
Yes, the algorithm banned it.
Either that or
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about interspecies.
Either that or her internet blinked the 1 second she posted.
Yes. I have had that problem. I've had, oh my God, talk about the. I am looking forward to people. Maybe this is I'm the only person that this has happened to. But my YouTube screen has changed completely.
Oh,
I don't know where to find anything. Okay.
Oh, so it's done just like Facebook and Instagram. Anybody that you follow or anything like that, you don't see them at all.
Apparently. And if I were watching this video and I wanted to give it a like, okay, I can't do it from that screen unless I go up to unless I bring the screen up to full size and then scroll down. I can give it a like.
Yes,
but if I'm watching the conversation that's going on as I'm watching the screen, there's no.
You have to X that out and get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
There are a lot of people that matters to that are going to be really upset about that when they're.
I noticed.
And they have no shares, no likes, and the new subscriber count goes to 0.
They don't like. So this will never happen. But if this hit 1 million views, then apparently there's some money that comes.
Yes.
That way. So, hey, what better way to wipe that shit out?
Based on how many likes and how many shares and how long you watch the video.
Correct.
So,
yes.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. I thought maybe it's just me. I think it's more like I think the whole idea is that it's more similar to a mobile platform, but those other functionalities that I had on the desktop aren't there anymore because I never had those on my phone. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So
well, that's like if I'm on my phone on YouTube and watching chat, I can't. You know how you can reply to somebody and do the @ to that person? Right. I can't do that on my phone. I can only do that on the laptop.
Right.
Which makes absolutely no sense to me. But oh well.
Yes. I thought that was really, that was a side jump thing. Dude, they could, it's their train.
Yeah,
They can jump and run whatever track they want because you got nothing to say about it. They just get to, if
correct.
they get to change, they get to toot the whistle. You just get to drive the train.
That's it. That's it.
But I had hopes that I would look at this newly released document and see something that was really interesting and not something that was a rinse and repeat from 15 years ago.
The only thing that drew my attention to it, and like I've not read it, but the comment, they read the part about the medical teams.
Yes.
So to me, that is admitting liability, or they're diverting the liability. I haven't read the whole thing, so I don't know what it is, but it's like they know for that to be in there, they know that the military, go ahead.
No, go. Okay, go.
Okay, so the military and our government knows that these encounters, all this stuff, can cause death, terminal illness, and things like that.
Yes.
What bothers me is that they've put a team in, they put a medical team. The government has inserted this. Completely.
Who was the Rendlesham guy that was on KGRA radio for a while?
Oh. Why do you ask me? This is a pop quiz. I didn't study.
You're better at names than I am. I have
terrible. I'm not either. No, I'm
Somebody
not.
Can tell us. Somebody will put it on. Somebody will
Goofy will know.
Goofy will know.
Yeah.
She can. Anyway.
He had radiation.
He had a heart problem.
Yes.
And it was similar to conditions that had been explored with people who had contact with high frequency microwave radiation.
Yes.
Okay. And he finally did get his case. I can't remember, but I'm ashamed.
All I'm saying is that whenever they throw out those commercials, you hear all the time about Camp Lejeune.
Yes.
You stay there from here to there. So one of these days, we're going to hear a commercial that says, if you or someone in your military family has been exposed to UFO radiation, you can file it.
If you have these symptoms,
yes,
lost time. If you have,
yes, Oofy, what the hell does that mean? Explain.
Up, down, up, down. That is a sewing machine.
Apparently.
Okay.
But no, I mean, you've got to wait till the majority of the families die before you put that stuff out there so they don't have to pay so much money.
Mr. Hale.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, dear.
So, anyway.
He doesn't like to be reminded, but anyways, none of us do.
I was going to put that into the show sometime today anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but threw myself completely off track.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
The as far as the rinse and repeat, okay? This study that we're talking about today, this was a proposal for how to set up a bona fide multi-branch actual study of these fictional reported craft, okay? It was not, okay, then in the medical, so this was what we should do. This is what they should look for, because all these things were reported in the literature, okay? There was a guy from Canada back in the 1930s, maybe 40s, okay, that had a grid burned into his torso from close contact to
yes,
flying saucer, okay?
yes. I forgot about that.
The Texas sighting back in the 1960s, there were 2 women and a boy who watched American Army helicopters carry a burning, sizzling, popping, cracking UFO over the highway that they were traveling on, whose did suffer radiation damage, including cancer. Okay, so these if those were examples of what has been reported, the stuff that has not been publicly reported,
I don't know.
We don't know exactly.
The only time that you hear stuff like that is on these unexplained files or crap like that. And I wish I would have, it wasn't, I wish I would have paid attention more than what I did, but I was getting ready for work. So, but her name was Betty, and she gets out of her vehicle when she sees this huge thing in the sky and the light shining down, and it shines down on her, and she gets out of her vehicle to look. So then she comes up with all these symptoms of radiation burns, poisoning, and all this stuff. The government was involved, imagine that. But that's you only hear this stuff on these TV shows.
Yes.
There's never a full report made that we're ever going to see. So these are the people in this. It's like, did a military medical team examine her?
No,
they didn't. But
because it wasn't their purview. Okay, quote, official purview. They would have had no rights to examine her. Even if she wanted them to, they would not have taken the responsibility to examine her.
Correct. Okay? Yes.
Because she wasn't under their purview. Okay. Now, if she were enlisted, they would have to examine her, but then she wouldn't be able to see the record.
Yes, she would never be able to get her medical history.
Just like John couldn't see his record.
Yes.
His record was filed top secret. He couldn't see his own medical reports. What was his last name? John B.
So it's like, too, you got to think, all right, so they're out of the military, trying to go to the VA to get treatment.
You say, well, we don't know anything about that.
We don't know what's going on. You're classified. Everything's classified.
DD 218.
So they don't get treatment.
Correct. Yes. Until he finally went to court, and after, 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Finally got some relief. Okay.
But that's the thing that drives me completely insane. Not one of the things that drives me insane. There's several. I've got many personalities with different little pet peeves, but This is the thing. It's like you get into the military, you work for the military. I mean, that's what that is. That's work. That's a job. You've got a job. You do this. You do exactly as you're told. And then they completely something out of the ordinary happens, and then they throw you to the curbside any chance that they get instead of just taking care of it.
Yeah.
The Agent Orange thing. My God, they knew what they were doing. The cloud seeding, the Agent Orange, and all this. Just take care of your people.
Gulf War syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Yes. Yes. Which didn't and hasn't yet got anywhere near the exposure that it requires.
No.
Yeah.
They're going to wait till all of them die first, and then they'll take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do know a couple of people that were in Vietnam, and both of them, one of them I've lost touch with, but the other one, he's got heart problems. He's got, he's had lung cancer, just all of this other stuff. And finally, and he's in his 70s. Finally, the VA or the government has finally said, oh, okay, we can give you treatment for this, and we can give you the money that you deserve, your disability.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, he gets Social Security disability. He's got a VA pension. But, my God, he's freaking 70.
Yes.
And he's had to go through all this.
He hope he really enjoys it now, you know?
No, he can't. That's the bad part. His quality of life is shit. Yeah. The other gentleman that, and to me, I'm not going to go into this because this will open up a whole new can of worms. But he was way younger, diabetic. But anyways, he got his way quicker, and he is just a diabetic. He got all of his Agent Orange stuff. Yeah. And his color of skin was not this. And he got everything immediately handed to him once he was diagnosed to being diabetic. But the other one, the other one had to have cancer.
But see, there's no political liability for him becoming diabetic. Okay.
Correct. And also this color.
Political liability. Oh, yes.
That's hereditary.
He gets to walk in the front of the parade. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, a lot of that stuff is hereditary.
Yes.
The hypertension and things like that. But anyways, and I don't like making judgments or anything like that, but it's like I've sat and watched. I know both of these people at the same time. I knew exactly where they were, what years they were in, and everything. And it was like, seriously, it was 15 years. One got his benefits before the other, and the other one's health had disintegrated so badly. Right. And then they were like, oh, okay, you might live 5 more years. So here you go. Here. She'll take care of you. But no, that was the one thing in that article, in that part, was like they are actually admitting that they have doctors assigned for this one specific reason for military personnel that have been exposed to UFOs, aliens, whatever. Where it goes from there, don't know. But the fact that they actually admitted it In writing.
I'd like to see the qualifications for those specialists. Just where did you serve your internship, sir? To be qualified to determine the effects of extraterrestrial spacecraft exposure. I just thought I'd ask, you know.
But and that leads back to some of them have horrible radiation burns and problems, poisoning, and die from that.
Yeah.
But then you have a lot of people that don't have that exposure. So, okay, so this is my question.
Ah.
The radiation victims,
Mm-hmm.
is that our military?
Uh-huh.
And the ones that don't, is that actually extraterrestrial?
Well, you're not gonna ride a nuclear pile, okay? A uranium fission pile
Mm-hmm.
from Alpha Centauri to here. Okay, you've got another way to make your power.
Exactly.
But if you want to do one, if you've got something that you want to pump a lot of juice through here, you'll go dig up one of the old atomic fission piles that they used to fly around in B-36 bombers. Okay, and adapt that to your little ET gizmo that you found somewhere on a junk pile in the middle of the desert, and see what happens. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of.
And that's what, I mean, where all this leads. It's like, how can you have, and I don't care what species of aliens you is driving this
Yeah.
vehicle here that you've encountered. It's just too weird that one is and one isn't. And I'm on also a lot of those sightings of the people with the radiation poisoning and burns. Um, they always see military aircraft behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Always. You
Yes.
never hear about it being any different way. I'm probably wrong, and I'm sure somebody can correct me on that. But it's the ones that end up in the hospital with all this horrible stuff seems to be um, military is always in the area at that time.
Yeah. So there's a lot of all. Look, all the main thing that they were saying is the same thing that's being run through Congress right now. They're trying to get through Congress right now. We need an open source, open project to talk about this stuff. You know, because it's not like we're not already talking about it. I mean, those of us who have been,
Yeah.
for one reason or another, attracted to this side of
Mm-hmm.
craziness.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kicking this stuff around for longer than I've been alive. Okay, we've looked at it from,
That's
and we
true.
said, no, this stuff is real.
Mm-hmm.
The deeper you go into it, the more convincing it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it should be studied. Okay,
Yes.
I'm not saying what it is. I'm not saying it's little green men from Alpha Centauri. I'm not saying it's spirits. I'm not saying it's hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying it's convincing enough and consistent enough that it needs to be studied. That's all. You know? So they throw $22 million out to make a study, to design a study. Okay. You know, and they dusted it off
Mm-hmm.
and added to it and subtracted from it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, readjusted it. in 2023 and released it as though it were their brand new work product. No, it's the same damn thing I just showed you. You know.
Well, and that's it. What in 2012 where they
changed
pulled in?
I don't know.
Yeah, didn't they pull MUFON in? That was the 2012 thing, wasn't it? The $22 million.
No,
what year was that?
I think they bought into MUFON before that.
Oh yeah, 1969. Whenever it.
No, it was
founded.
I'm thinking it was in the 90s when they bought in. When
there's been a couple.
That was Bigelow that did a big funding and brought in. He bought access to all the hidden MUFON data, right?
Yeah.
That's my recollection of what.
Well, not really the hidden stuff.
Well, it was the stuff that wasn't public.
It was okay. It was yes. So it was in the case management system. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But still, you know what? That's not really a big deal to me, unless it went to the STAR team. Then maybe that would have been something that he would have been interested in at that time. It's just, I don't know. MUFON is so ugh. Anyway, I don't even want to go there.
Well, yeah. So let me see. And by the way, I missed it. I finally gave up and went to bed last night and went to sleep. But I thought, because I looked and looked and looked and I couldn't find Alan's show. Then I get up this morning and it was the first thing that popped up. So it was there. You were there. I was glad to see. I was glad to see you found it. But
I got my notification on YouTube.
I even
which blew my mind.
I went up and searched for it and couldn't find it. So just another case of the whole damn system is teetering on the edge of collapse or something. I don't know.
See, that's crazy because I got the notification and I thought, and it messed with me because I was like, wait, it's not Thursday.
It's Monday. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it was pretty good. I hung out for about 30 minutes and then I was like,
Deb Cobble's always a good interview.
Oh yeah. But I was just like, I'm ready for bed. The weekend was long. No sleep. Thank you, Mr. Hale. Happy birthday again, Mr. Hale.
Oh my God.
Andy is lighting you up with all kinds of wonderful news. We need to have a show. Yeah, you need to have Andy on.
We need to get him on and just turn him loose.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Marco, if you want video of mine and Hale's weekend, you can pay $25.99 Venmo to Mr. Hale. Just thought of the show.
Oh God, I'm going with it. Here we go. Not a video file, dummy. Close. Share screen. Yes. In case of the font.
Oh my God, this is perfect. That is perfect.
I could pass that one up. Okay.
Oh. That is so cute. It's a gain of fuck. It means, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Why do liberals demand gun control after every shooting, but never border control after they? Oh, whoa. Next, because that is so true.
Oh,
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
What was the? So anyway, I'm on. Oh God, that's better. Mm. Oh.
A big
Oh my
nose.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's. Mm.
Oh my God, yes.
Giddy up, I say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
No clue
Andy,
what that's
Andy,
about, but anyway.
you're great, babe. That's what we need. More, more high quality humor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Something. We need something.
Oh, God knows. God knows we need something.
Where's Jay? He's not here. Ron's not here.
He's running late. He was.
Oh, imagine
I'm
that.
sure it's 7. It's 7 o'clock. He'll probably be up. He might show up in 15 minutes or so.
Is he
Come.
chasing another girl? Is that what's going on with him?
I
Have you
hope so.
not? I was fixing to say, have you not told him yet it's not worth the trouble? Has he not learned this yet? It's just not worth the trouble at all.
That's
That's just how it happens.
that's
Anyway.
life. That's life in these United States these days. For single
Yes.
men.
Yes, this is true.
That the ones that are out there
Mm-hmm.
and advertising on all the different platforms really, really are ones that should be staying home.
Oh,
You know.
yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
being on a dating platform for either side, okay? Being on the platform is an automatic red flag.
Exactly.
Keep out.
Exactly.
Do not enter. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
No, that's pretty insane.
yeah.
But,
That's
you got to
life.
find it somewhere.
Oh God. God knows. I, I guess the using one of the cash options on one of the dating sites
Mm-hmm.
is cheaper than I used to spend a night in the bars.
You
So
know
okay.
what? That's a good.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you wine and dine and
That's right.
yeah.
And wake up the next morning with a hangover.
I'm just
If you're-
wondering.
and if you're really lucky, you wake up alone. With the
Ooh. Or you could have a two bagger.
hangover.
Yeah. It's not just it and that's worse than the wolf and ugly. Just just saying. That's
So
this is why I enjoy my male friends. I've got two friends. They are best friends.
mhm.
And the stories I get to hear from those two,
Oh my
my
God.
God, I should have written a book.
Yes.
And I might still.
You have a TikTok, right? You could be you could start telling those
Oh
stories
my
on TikTok
God.
and be a freaking star.
Oh my God, yes. Oh God, yes. And I mean, they've known each other for way over 20 years. So you take all of the drinking and bars and all of that stuff that they've done, and yeah, and I tell you, it'll keep you rolling. And I'm like, really? People actually do this shit? And they're like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know. And and the other one's response is, you know what, $20 is $20. So I'm just okay.
Mm.
I'll go for that.
I can I can I gotta get rid of that one. Ooh, that's better.
What's better?
I had a graphic up over here from Andy.
Oh,
I couldn't look, I just couldn't look at that one. I
you had
couldn't
to
look at
kind of
that one anymore.
shut that down. Yeah, there's some of those that come through. It's like you look at it and go, oh shit, I will never unsee that again.
Yes. Oh God. So let me see. We've covered UFOs and we've covered everything else. What's you know, let's talk about spirituality and spirits and that side of the crazy thing, you know?
Oh yeah, because they tapped into that.
Here, we got the UFOs here, we got the ghosts here, we got ESP over here, you know, and
your elementals.
The corners are getting blended. We're starting to leak things. Things are starting to leak around the corners in every aspect.
You know, I kind of wonder. Okay, so Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes.
Supposedly, that's the place that has all of the Disney rides.
That's an edge.
They have all the Disney rides that you want to get on to, and there's no lines waiting.
You know, that's not true. Skinwalker Ranch is a corner because it has the UFOs over here, it has our reality over here, it's got the spirit sign over here. That's a corner.
It's got extra stuff too.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah. And yeah. And it kind of blends over to the crazy, absolutely crazy stuff, like dog people, or mastodons, or freaking dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's around the other side somewhere.
But you know, not everybody that goes there has any kind of experience. And I think a lot, from what I've heard, though, is that you might not have an experience, but your family will, and they're not even there.
Ooh.
And you're going to have.
Isn't that a hint?
Yes. So it's
the leakage, possibly the ability to perceive around that corner.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it has something to do with your DNA.
I would think so. There's been several reports of that. You didn't see anything while you were there.
Yes.
But your wife and kids are at home, and your wife is looking out her kitchen window as she's washing the dishes, and she's seeing a dog man in a coat and a freaking top hat smoking a cigarette in the backyard.
Yes, exactly.
You come home, they keep seeing these visions, but you don't. So it's they've got the ability, and all along, and we've talked about this, everybody's talked about this. You get to see what you're supposed to see. You get to hear what they allow you to hear.
I learned this in 1967, reading Carlos Castaneda.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
The,
yeah.
the teachings of Don Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You know? And I says, this guy is fucking crazy. And, and the point is, he was right. Only maybe he wasn't crazy enough. But he was doing his job as a
Yes.
researcher and
Yes.
reporting what he had perceived.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ufi said that her and CT would publish
Oh.
the book about my buddies.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if you want to or not, but anyway.
The thing is,
CT was still doling out the toast. All 8 tentacles. Yep.
Ah.
300. Oh, yeah. Oh, so that's Sparta. We are Sparta. Yeah, 300.
We have a time traveler.
3,000 now. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put the sirens on. Lights and siren. We have a time traveler coming through. Track number 7.
That was okay. So there's a show that I wish I could get into, and I probably could if I started with series 1, episode 1.
Okay.
Is oh my God, I've totally Doctor Who.
Oh my God.
I would love to get into that, but it's because, and I didn't realize
those are available on YouTube.
Oh,
some of the old ones are a hoot, an absolute hoot.
So explain to me why there is how did they make it to where there were so many different Miss Doctor Who's?
There's only one Doctor Who.
Yeah, but they change characters though.
Well, when you're Gallifreyan.
Okay, I need definition for that.
You're immortal, you don't die.
Oh God.
But each incarnation, every time you die, you are reborn into your next body. Okay? Rather than being revivified in your same old. Obviously that body didn't work in this situation, so you get a new body to start the new situation.
Gotcha. That's how they did it. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how you keep a story going.
Yes.
But I want to watch it, but I'm like, geez. Oh, here's Andy's comment about it. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. But anyway.
Yeah. But some of the writers that they had on the early, actually really more through the middle, were some really, really good writers.
Oh, okay? I'm sure.
But
one of my girlfriends sent me a TikTok that had Jack Osborne in it, and he was talking about that he had an alien implant, and he actually went to go see Dr. Lear about this. And he wasn't in the operating room, but they put a video screen. And he was able to watch this operation. I don't know what patient it was or anything like that, but he's like, you can see the implant moving, trying to move away from being extracted.
That was Whitley Strieber's.
Okay.
That was Whitley Strieber's. I have seen that video.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But you get to thinking, Jack Osborne has been into all of this
Mm-hmm.
way longer. He's had more television shows
Mm-hmm.
about anything longer than Ghost Adventures, and
Mm-hmm.
they've got like 20 something seasons out. But it's because I think that show knew more how to sensationalize on what's going on and how to do it, where Jack Osborne just was trying to put out what his experiences were.
Yes.
Because he's had, and what was it? What was the one show that he had with his Ozzy and Sharon, his mom?
Okay.
And he would show all these different clips,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, "What do you think? What do you think?" And but he's done a lot of shows, and he's
Yeah.
been in this, and it made me surprised that she was surprised of the interview that he did. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of these guys that have been in this for
His whole
years.
life. Yeah. His whole
Yeah.
life.
You can't be Ozzy's son and not be in this crazy
Yeah.
shit
Yes.
forever. But which means that he has an experience out there I've not heard of
Mm-hmm.
or seen yet. So for him to hook up with Dr. Lear.
Yes. That's, yeah.
When did Dr. Lear die? Do you remember? You know, that there was a show that came out that
I'm
was talking about
thinking
patient
like
number
2000,
12.
might have been 12, something like somewhere around 2012.
Mm. About the time Bigelow's stuff come out.
Well,
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
A-Tip and all that stuff.
Terry,
There
who's
was
the
a
guy?
show.
Who's the guy we've interviewed? The attorney, older guy, Terry
Oh,
Lovelace. Lovelace.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's right there on the freaking on.
Mhm.
It's right there.
Mhm.
It's on the X-ray.
Yes. But now he
And
wasn't patient number 12. There was a show that came out about that. And patient number 12 never got any information from their surgery and stuff like that. Is that right? Do you remember?
I've never. That doesn't ring a bell with me.
Kind of look up. Yeah, it was patient number 12.
Hmm.
And
But
I do not know Andy.
but see, Terry's experience in his
Mhm.
it wasn't with Dr. Lear.
Right.
It was just his regular freaking
Correct.
physician. Okay. And they said,
Correct.
I don't know what it is, and I can't do anything about it.
But
You've
this
got
is
to,
true.
you've obviously got a doohickey in your knee.
Hmm.
And I ain't touched it.
Exactly.
Does it hurt? Is it bothering you? Don't worry about it.
You know what? That's my everyday thing.
Yes.
Does it hurt? No. Is it bothering you? No. Leave it the hell alone. There's no reason to go to the doctor for a fucking wellness visit
Yeah.
if there's nothing wrong.
Correct.
So, but yeah, Terry was great. And I'm glad he come out. Kevin and I watched something not too long ago that had, and I don't remember the name of the show. And of course, he's preparing for his own show now, so I'm sure he's not listening.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, it had Calvin Parker's story in it.
Oh my. Yes.
And it was Calvin and his wife and how they talked about it and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good to see that at the end of that show, they talked about both of them,
Mm-hmm.
Calvin and the other guy, the things that they went
Charlie
through.
Parker.
Yes, So
Yes.
Charlie was doing everything Charlie wanted to bring all the attention to
Yes.
this. So
Right.
he was doing everything he could do. Even did some kind of game show.
Right.
Who's the real Charlie Parker? Where Calvin just
No.
wanted to raise his family, be married, and deal with this on his own.
Mhm.
But what I loved about at the end of that show, it was dedicated to Calvin Parker
Mhm.
because he died right after
Yes.
he gave all those interviews with his wife. So, I don't remember the name of that show. But anyways, it was pretty good. That episode was pretty good. Most of the stuff that was in the series that followed, it was like next, next,
Yeah. Yeah.
next. Didn't
I'm trying
even
to
deal
think.
with it.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of things you were talking about Chase. I got the opportunity to see the new Dune movie last week.
Oh, did you?
Oh my God. It has been, I loved the original one by Villeneuve.
Mhm,
Correct?
mhm,
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
mhm.
That was the first one. This one, the second one, is even better.
Oh,
So,
good.
people, it's out there. It's as a cinema. I love the story. I've
Mhm,
studied the. I've done the reading. I've seen the history of it
mhm,
all the way
mhm.
back, and
I'm gonna bail for just a
he
minute.
does.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he did. He did. Okay, he did it just. He absolutely did it justice. Whoever wrote the screenplay for that deserves an Oscar for that all by themselves. and but it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Uh, and it's not an easy, simple story, but it is beautifully rendered. The cinematography is excellent. So I would absolutely suggest you to watch it. Make sure you've take some refreshments with you. It is 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I do not think I blinked in the entire 2 hours and 40 minutes. It was that good. So there you go. My movie review of the month. We're in a way, I wish I had seen it in the theater because the sound quality might have been a little bit better. But the digital broadcast that I saw was mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. So let's see what else is going on. Uh, did I clear my? Yes. So I have to go back again to um, my watch later list to see the next to last Joe Rogan experience with Graham Hancock, and he has a debate with
Mhm.
a registered, certified archaeologist, and I it apparently it was civil and informative.
Mhm.
So I look forward to actually enjoying watching that. See, I have a feeling with some of my other interests in archaeology and astronomy and all those kinds of things, history. Um, I agree with Graham Hancock. When we look at quote unquote civilization and make the overwhelmingly stupid statement that, well, civilization began in 6000 BC, okay, in Iraq or in Mesopotamia somewhere. No, it didn't. And I did a thing on Facebook. They found a burial that's over 8,000 years old. Okay, it's not a human burial. It was a burial of the family dog with toys. Don't tell me that those people were not civilized. Okay, they were. They were just as civilized, just as loving, as capable, as spiritual as we are today. Maybe even more so. But no, they weren't uncivilized barbarian savages just because they didn't write anything that we can read. So we've been around a lot longer than we're given credit for, and there's a great deal of evidence for that. But that doesn't mean Atlantis exists as a physical place. But it was before the Great Flood, okay, where the oceans rose 300 feet in a couple of centuries. Okay, the entire of Southeast Asia, okay, was 4 times as much land area as it is now. The Red Sea was dry land, as was the Gulf of Persia, and Florida, where Florida is now a bit more than 100 miles wide. That Florida was like 300 miles. It was a plain that was bigger than states that exist now. Okay, a relatively, and we're finally looking. They finally have the technology to go in there and look under the sand and see what was there. And they're finding things every damn day. And it's fascinating. There were civilizations here before that. And there's so many different, there are hints in the language, there are hints in the trade networks. Okay? The story that's been knocked down was the cocaine mummies. Cocaine being a South American plant that supposedly was found inside pristine Egyptian mummies. Why is that such a surprise? They you know what I'm saying? Stuff moves. We have absolutely certainly Gulf seashells from the Gulf Coast found in New England. We were a lot more mobile, a lot more we moved around a lot. We traded a lot. We didn't kill each other on sight. irrelevant to what, so many people. So I think I think it was a different time. It was a different kind of civilization, but the knowledge base was extensive. And maybe if we look, it was like for 50 years, archaeologists in the United States said that there was nothing here before Clovis. So when they go to a site and dig, well, that's all the Clovis. Guess we're done. Let's go to the next site. They didn't look until really just the last 10 years. And they're finding fascinating evidence of, and the point is, hundreds, thousands of sites that have been excavated. They didn't look below that level. They said, well, okay, we're done here.
Yeah, when you find the goods, you tend to not look. You find the golden treasure box, you tend not to look any further. But that's like in this area. I mean,
sure.
When they bring gravel in,
Mm-hmm.
it's got seashells in them.
Yes.
And that's Mammoth Cave has found a fossil of a shark that, I mean, it's teeny tiny, but it's a fossil of a shark in Mammoth Cave, and that's not underwater at this moment. But we all know that was formed because it was
limestone.
Exactly.
It was a coral
And there was
reef.
water flowing through it.
Yes.
And the fossils that they find, even in that cave right now, still where there's water standing,
Yep.
You've got creatures that are, I mean, they're solid white. They have absolutely no color.
Yes.
They can't see because there's no reason to see, but they're still there.
Yes.
And they've been there all these years. They live underground in water.
Yep.
That's where they are. And that, to me, they almost look like crawdads without the claws. But
yes.
But it's insane. I mean, it's still going on even after all of these years. But you have to think how many. Do what?
I'm really looking forward to listening to that one.
Oh yeah.
I'll try not to get too triggered.
Yeah, as long as somebody that's not towards this direction, maybe. But this time, if you listen to it, I'm not going to be involved, and I'm not bringing it up to you. So yeah.
Yeah, I may get back to watching the Tucker Carlson interview.
But there's so many great interviews.
It's a slog for me. He used to do really good interviews.
I don't know. And see, this is the difference. I don't watch his interviews, so I don't know how he's ever interviewed anybody.
Okay.
I do watch snippets from Joe Rogan, and some of the I watch the stuff that, like with Jeremy and George Knapp, and I mean it's great stuff. That's if it's not a topic I don't give a shit about, I'm not going to listen to it. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Joe Rogan is a great interviewer because it's not an argument. It's a fucking interview.
Yes.
And that's what he does. Even if it's something that he doesn't agree on, he's going to ask questions because he wants to know.
Yes.
And he wants everybody else to know. So that's why I love his platform. And even Tucker Carlson. Like, I've not watched when he was on Fox. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care that people were losing their fucking mind over the fact that he's interviewing Vladimir Putin. Who gives a flying fuck? He did an interview. He asked questions, and this was the answers that you were getting. So when you get triggered over this shit, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. And I can't deal with it. So, it's an interview. It's like debate teams back in the day. You could have debate teams back in the day that high schools were full of them.
Yes.
Colleges were full of them. Today, now they're going to start pulling weapons out and shooting each other because, oh my God, you've got a different opinion than I do. I can't deal. I can't.
Okay.
Is Andy still burning your phone up?
Andy is burning my phone. Yes. I'm gonna put my phone in my pocket and turn it on vibrate.
Oh yeah. Bring the lube, baby.
Oh my God. Ooh. This one's cute.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that is adorable. That is adorable.
And next. Oh.
When Rose studied the Titanic's passenger list, she understood Jack's concern. Every prominent businessman opposing the creation of Federal Reserve was on board. Yes. Perfect.
Okay, you made it to that one.
Yeah.
That one. What is beeping then?
We kind of need to take the glue away from Andy, apparently.
Okay, there were some others that I didn't download. That's why. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something funny about this one. The old TV. I was watching a show the other day, and the lady made the comment. She said, "Why don't you go warm the TV up and I'll get us dessert?"
Yes.
Back in the day, you had to turn it on and let it set for a while.
Yeah.
Let
the tubes warm up.
And that wasn't that long ago. That was like,
not really.
It's not really.
No. Let's see.
It's back in the late 80s, early 90s.
My Quasar in 1982, like the works in a drawer. Okay. It had some chips in it, but it also had it. I don't know if it had any tubes or not. I mean, it had the picture tube, okay. And you know what's really funny? I've got a computer monitor that I put away because it's too small. It's the same size as my living room size color TV back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Luxuriously large. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Ouch.
Yes. Oh. I had to think about that one a while.
Oh, Gremlins? Yeah.
Gremlins, yes.
Yeah.
Gonna rain. Be careful.
A little bit of water. I never, and people still do that. But anyways, they want to go to prison and be somebody's bitch. That's all this is.
Oh,
That's all that was. Yeah.
okay. For some reason, those other ones apparently didn't show up. Yeah, that's there. So it's going the other way.
Mm-hmm. This is very true. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, come on. This didn't have. Yes. That's a Viking. It's a coprolite from a Viking settlement. So, oh, what fun. And it is going at 8 o'clock. It's good. It could be time for Universal Secrets. Everybody run over and wish Kevin a happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Get together and sing happy birthday to him on chat.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. See what they have for a nice show tonight. And it has been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun. Well, I had fun anyway.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. And we dodged the bullet on the next great Enlightenment evidence for UFOs. And hey, that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. To be able to look back and say, wait a minute. I've seen that before somewhere, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
The boys.
Yep. So, Maria, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with us. And to the 7 people who are still here,
God bless your fucking hearts. I'm just saying.
We look forward to having more fun next week. So, I'm going. Oh, and I see White Kitty made an appearance. I have Max. I have Max locked out, so he would have made an appearance today, but I locked the door. So
White Kitty's there. I've got Darius here, and Nala has got the post keeping guard. So,
well, stay warm, stay dry,
and you too.
Have a nice week. So, night, everybody.
See you.